We are using a chair today, so it can be a rolling chair. So go ahead and grab that. And I wanted to give you a couple reminders. So we have our strength training webinar series starting next week on July 11th. This is going to be a weekly webinar about about the 3 big lifts. So we're going to go over the deadlift, the squat, and the bench press. If you need the link to register for that, just let me know, or you can scan that QR code. And then we have our cooking demo. So we have a peach and burrata pizza. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be on Wednesday, July 17th. Shannon is going to be leading that one. If you need the link to register for those, please let me know. And then we have our Go for the Gold. This is one I'm super excited about. This is all about the Olympics. So we're going to do 4 different events. You're going to compete as regions. It's going to take place over the 2 weeks of the Olympics, and there will be a gold medal for each event. If you need to register for that, need the link, let me know. All right, we are going to get moving. I will do that, Leanne. At the end of class, I will put that up. All right, we are going to start with some hip openers. You do not necessarily need your chair for this. I would encourage you to try to balance with this one. But if at any time you need to grab on for stability, go ahead. We're going to start with our right leg, and I want you to lift up, around, and down like you're walking over a fence backwards. Our goal in this one is to isolate the movement in the hip joint. So try not to open up your body too much with that movement. Really just move the knee, kind of guide with the knee around and down. We have 2 more in this direction on this side. You can decrease that range of motion as much as you need. Go ahead and reverse. So now we're walking over the fence forward, taking our foot back, knee up and around. A lot of times in our hips, if we've been sitting a lot, you might hear some snap, crackles, and pops. They usually are just air bubbles releasing, but again, just decrease that range of motion. If you feel any pain, definitely decrease the range of motion or just stop the movement. 2 more. And then we'll switch. So we'll go backwards first on that left leg, taking it back. Again, trying to keep those shoulders facing forward. Ooh, that right hip facing forward. 2 more here. And then we'll reverse. So take it from the back, like you're hopping over a fence. Maybe just make a mental note if there's one hip that can get a little bit bigger range of motion than the other. Now I feel more pops on this side than the other. Last one here. Good work. All right, I want you to step your left leg back now. So my right leg is forward, my left leg is back, and my feet are staggered. So I'm not walking on a tightrope. I want to be in that staggered stance. I'm going to lunge into that front leg. So it'll look like this. And then I want to tuck that tailbone under by engaging my core and squeezing my glute. In this position, you should start to feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. We want that stretch to be, usually you're going to feel up in the top of the hip or the leg, but you might feel it down into the quad too. What I want you to pay attention to in this stretch as we start to move in it is keeping that core engaged so we don't start to dump into our low back. We don't want to compress that vertebrae. We want to tuck under, keep the core strong, and really focus on that hip. So from here, you can either stay right here if that's enough of a stretch, or you can reach that left arm up towards the sky. That alone is going to increase that stretch. Now, if you want to progress even more, I want you to reach over to the right, so towards that front leg, and come up. Similar to that last exercise, we want to keep our shoulders and hips facing forward to get the most out of this stretch. I want you to inhale over, exhale up. Good. Inhale over, exhale lift. We have 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and step that left foot forward. Right leg goes back. Same thing here. That staggered stance. So we have a good base of support. We're lunging into that front leg, and then we're tucking our tailbone. So core is coming in, right glute is squeezed, chest is up. Maybe you stay here. You want to be in a position you can breathe through. So maybe that's here, or you can lift that right arm up. Again, that alone should increase that stretch. And then if you want a little more, you're going to lean over to the left towards that front leg and come up. Inhale as you lean over. Exhale as you come up. Again, make a note which side might be a little tighter, holding a little more tension than the other. Let's do one more here. Take it up, step it forward. All right, here's where the chair comes in. I want your right arm to be resting on the chair, your right leg to be near the chair. We're gonna cross the left leg over, reach up and over. I want you to send that left hip out as much as you possibly can. This is gonna be a little different for everyone. So like for me, I feel it more in my oblique because that's a little more sore today, but you might feel it down more into that IT band in the hip. It just kind of depends on what that looks like for you. You can lean on that chair quite a bit because you're leaning into that hip. Shoulders and hips are facing forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold for 2 more breath cycles. Maybe you can get a little deeper in that stretch without rotating towards the chair. Good. Go ahead and come up. I'm going to have you cross that left leg back behind now. So this is just going to change the stretch a little bit. We're going to do that same motion, sending the hip out, arm goes up and around. So it's just going to change the position of the stretch. Like in this position, I feel it more down my IT band where I felt it more in my oblique before in my hip. Sending that hip out, keeping the shoulders relaxed as we breathe. One more breath in and out. And you'll go ahead and switch. Move my chair over to the left. My left hand is rested. I'm going to take that right foot and cross it over the left in front to start. Hips and shoulders facing forward, reaching up and over. You can lean on that chair as much as you need to send that hip out to the side. If you find yourself start to kind of curl in, I just want you to decrease that range of motion. You want to be able to pull that shoulder, that right shoulder back, keep it open to the front. Deep breaths in and out. Go ahead and come up center. Switch that right leg from front to back. Send that hip out, reach over. Breathe in and out. Maybe sinking a little deeper into that stretch if it's there. Keep those shoulders open. One more breath in. One more breath out. Go ahead and come up. Bring those feet hip distance apart. You're going to inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and hang down at the bottom here. I want you to try your best to release your neck and let your shoulders fall heavy towards the floor. Big deep breath in. Exhale, release a little deeper if it's there for you. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly roll it up. One vertebrae at a time. It can take you about 4 or 5 seconds to get all the way to the top. And that is all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will get that link that you requested in the chat. If I don't see you, I hope you all have a great 4th of July.
Thank you, Kimber.
You're welcome.